I think we're all set on my side. Everything's set. Audio. Really hope it looks good. Gotta be fabulous and gorgeous. So this oh good. I remember this works out. Alright, so everything is good. Yep, we're good. Audio is good. Alright, we're good. So how's it going, guys? Love from Lasagna here. We have our guest appearance for our interview today. It's going to be DecoyManta. We're asking him a few questions, and I'm going to try to make sure that we get everything at least settled in so everybody can if he has a question if at the interview by chance. We'll try to keep it short and sweet because DecoyManta is a very important man, and he has a lot of audience members waiting to hear from this fabulous man. So we want to get this done short and sweet. Make sure it's done properly. Again, DecoyManta is an awesome streamer. He also does stuff with Lieutenant Drying Fish, which is where I actually found DecoyManta was through Lieutenant Drying Fish. I'll make sure to put their stuff in the comments below. I'll make sure to put them as a uh, person to go check out as well. So if Lieutenant Drying Fish does drop in, we'll make sure to give him a shout out as well. And so yeah, DecoyManta for me, I've been watching this guy for off and on of what 5 months, 4 months, and what thing kind of got me started watching this guy was his different voices he for different games, and it kind of got me wanting to keep going with my voices because I can't do as many voices as I guys does a lot, and so I wanted to bring him onto the show just to be like, hey, you want to explain to us how you do this certain thing, what inspired you, etc., etc. So we're going to get the thing started and to get the cameras figured out again. Jakes, that's you. There we go. Go ahead, boss. It's all you now.
Hi, what's up? Thank you so much for having me. It's
No problem.
very flattering to be invited on. Thank you.
Yes, I hope
And
the audio sounds good on both sides still.
sounds good to me.
Sounds good to
Very,
you? All
very
right,
nice
cool.
introduction too. Thank you.
Yeah, no
Thank you so
problem.
much.
Yeah. So, how long you been streaming?
Oh, okay. So, it's almost been about a year. In fact, yeah,
Really?
almost been a year. I started in about August of 2020, and
Oh,
yeah, I got affiliated in. Wait, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing up my dates. I got affiliated in September,
okay.
like mid-September.
All right.
So yeah, we're coming up to a year almost.
Okay, yeah, because I was streaming in October and I got affiliated in November, and so you and I were
Right,
pretty close to starting at the same time, but
right.
that's pretty cool. So and then what kind of motivated you to start doing streaming? Like, what made you want to start streaming?
Well, originally, I mean, it hasn't been a great year. It hasn't been a great year for a
We
lot of
are
people for reasons.
for reasons
Um,
unknown.
but yeah, yeah. But being stuck at home all the time for some reason
Right,
allowed me a lot of time to explore different hobbies, I guess, which is a bit of a silver lining, but
right.
also it was kind of lonely. So a big passion of mine is video games. I just love playing video games. I have specific tastes in video games, and I've
Gotcha.
always wanted to share that with people.
Right.
So I found some really nice communities and I watched them for a while and I thought maybe I could try this. I would love to play the games that I love and find people like-minded people.
Right.
And that's essentially the basis of how it all began. Yeah.
Nice. What is your basic type of game that you're in? Is it more RPG style? Is it more just hardcore story based, or is it just like hack and slash?
Um I like a bit of everything, I guess, but my
Okay.
my main my main passions are RPGs and story-based games. I
Okay.
really like a good story in whatever I'm playing. That doesn't mean I don't like some dumb hack and slash or platformer every now and again.
Right.
Those are great. I'll definitely play those, but my main
Okay.
thing is like stories. Yeah.
Okay. Because mine was like I just started playing yesterday some Hades on the side because I'm like,
Oh
let's just
yeah.
give it a shot. And it has some cool voice acting in it, and I'm like, this is interesting. and then I was just this hack and slash beat him up, and I'm like, well, this is not what I expected. I figured it'd be more story based, you know.
Right, but
Yeah,
it received so many awards. People are
it,
crazy about that game.
it's very
So
interesting so far.
it's really cool how they blended together this really intense battle system with a story people seem to have fallen in love with.
It's kind of God of War,
Yeah.
but with more intense storyline.
And God of War is pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah, so my thing is like, for when you're doing your stuff with Lieutenant Drawingfish, is that like a every week thing that you do, or is that more like, come and go type of thing?
It's a bit of both. We try and do it every week,
Yeah.
but the day can sometimes vary depending on who's available. But yeah, it's a once a week thing.
Okay.
We collaborate.
Do you ever collaborate with other streamers at all?
I've collaborated not often. The main thing that holds me back is the time difference.
Right.
Since I live in Asia, Thailand specifically, it's a roughly like a 12-hour difference from the US.
Right.
And so when somebody's waking up, I'm getting ready to go to bed kind of thing. So,
Preach it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it has been a bit tricky to sync up with people. And again, like today, thank you so much for accommodating me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No, I got up early enough to do this, so.
Yeah. But I have managed to find some streamers in the US who stream in the morning anyway, and so
Yeah.
we managed to sync up, and Fish happened to be one of them. And there's another streamer called Mr. Dandy, who I love. He's such a nice guy.
Nice.
Highly recommend him too.
Sounds good. So my couple questions I did have people wanted to know was like, first off, favorite candy. Like, what's your favorite candy of all time?
That's a tough one. Do candy do gummies count as
Gummies
candy?
count as candy, yes.
Okay. So it's kind of specific. It's the UK version of Haribo Star Mix.
Really?
Yeah, because I've
Okay.
tasted Haribo Star Mix from other countries, and it's not the same.
Okay.
There's something about the UK one. I don't know what it is. It's just really nice. I could eat bags and bags of that stuff. It's terrible.
And it still stay skinny. Wow. Sounds fun. Yeah, okay, so
It goes straight to my heart, don't worry.
Right. So nothing like chocolate at all, nothing like that. It just gummies.
Typically I'm not too crazy about sweet food. I really like savory stuff. Like steak and gravy and French fries and cheese. Love it.
All the fatty food, but also you like a good salad on the side, right?
But it's if it's something sweet, then normally gummies. Yeah, just love those.
Okay. So then that comes to the next question. Then, favorite food dish, either homemade or store bought or mom made or whatever.
That's so hard. I really, especially having moved to Asia, love Japanese food, and the Japanese food here is cheap but like good quality. So
Right.
I'm so lucky to have eaten really well here for like sushi and sashimi and all that stuff.
That is awesome.
I just fallen in love with it. So that might be the one.
Okay.
Yeah. What about yourself, out of interest? What's your...
actually is lasagna, of course.
Oh well.
It is lasagna. Lasagna is my favorite food of all time. I mean, yours could be manta meat for all I know. DecoyManta.
Yeah. Deep fried manta.
Right.
Delicacy.
You never know what they eat over there, so no offense.
No. I'm taking. I've never eaten. Just clarify. I've never eaten manta. I don't intend to.
Shark. No, or that.
I've had the opportunity to eat shark fin because that's like a Chinese delicacy, but I haven't. I don't think I will.
Interesting.
I think it could be good.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say, because for me, it's like lasagna was the thing that started me on my food trip in a sense, because that was my birthday. That was my favorite meal of the day, and so for my birthdays for like 10 years in a row, I got lasagna. Well, now I'm making lasagna for my stream, so they ask you to see,
Oh
you
yeah,
know
that's right.
how
Your
much
cooking streams.
passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cooking stream. So, and I'm trying to
Mm.
find a better camera than my phone to record this stuff. So I'm hoping this works in the future that I can get myself. Like my mom has this. It's like a it's a lot of money for this camera, but it has an SD card. You record things. So I'm thinking about just recording some of these food streams instead of me actually do it on Twitch. I just put on YouTube and say this is gonna be cooking with lasagna type of thing. So a little
Ah,
side project type of thing.
I see.
But
Well, that's cool.
that is
That you
cool.
can. I think you can hook up those types of cameras to your PC though, if you
Really?
do want to like stream it. Yeah, yeah. There's programs and software you can download
Okay.
to trick your PC into thinking it's a webcam, something like
That'd be
that.
kind of
I,
nice.
I have. Yeah, yeah. Maybe something to look into.
I have something to look to. Yes. I'm actually. We're still trying to upgrade the PC currently because I can't use my Elgato yet because the Elgato is a 3.0 USB port. This thing has 7 2.0 ports. So
Ah.
the thing is funny is my old PC has
Quantity.
two of the 3.0s and only 4 of the 2.0. So we have no
Oh
idea
wow.
why this computer has problems, but it does. So we gotta upgrade it.
Bummer.
Anyhow, so what was your inspiration to start doing your certain type of streaming?
Uh, Well, a lot of it did start off with wanting to meet people and then sort of being inspired by a lot of other people who I watched. Initially, I'll admit, I wanted to do video, I wanted to do game reviews on YouTube.
Really?
And I
Okay.
thought I would use Twitch as a way of recording my footage and maybe just, I don't know, having fun with whoever would come in and chat, and then take that footage and turn it into a review.
Okay.
But I'm horrendous at video editing, so I
Preach it,
tried to
brother.
teach myself. I tried so hard. Um, but I was sort of running into a brick wall there, and then I didn't think it was good enough quality. So for a while, I was like, you know what? I'll just stream. I'll pick up more and more footage, and then I'll get back to this. But by doing that, I've discovered that streaming in of itself is really enjoyable and
Gotcha.
something that I've become more and more passionate about. So maybe the videos is something that I'll return to at some point, but streaming is just really, yeah, opened up for me.
Yeah, for me, my editing is also horrendous. I was actually on my uh, I think we did one of my first Super Saturdays. I did a stream where I showed some of my old videos from like 2013 where I
Oh yeah.
tried editing, and it was just the sound of the because I was using a laptop with Windows Vista on it, and
Oh, Vista. What a time.
a store bought microphone, a headset that had a microphone, and it was the worst headphone. And so I'm watching it and I'm just cringing and I'm cringing the entire time. I'm going, I thought it was cool back then, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. So now with my YouTube stuff, currently, obviously the biggest thing that's helped me so far is as long as I can keep my video up without me having to either correct anything or having to adjust audio or to when I stutter, it kind of kills kind of momentum in a sense. As long as I don't do that the entire stream or the entire recording, I can just record it through OBS and just throw it on YouTube. Like it's that easy for
Yeah,
me. So
absolutely.
it's like
Yeah.
20-minute video. It's okay. I just record it. I push the page up button to record it, page down to done recording, and I'm done. And I'm like, this is so much easier than having to pull
It's
it to the whole
perfect,
new
right?
program.
It's
That's my
really
shortcut for making YouTube
really great.
videos. Guys, this right here, this
I
is
s-
this is going on YouTube later on, guys. My link is in the description already up above. I'll repost it again. But yeah, this is basically gonna be raw footage of the entire stream. I'm not gonna even worry about it. I'm just gonna go into the OBS studio afterwards and cut out probably the little bit of the intro of the music and outro of the music because it's a little bit longer because I make sure things set up before we get started. And when I did my pastor's interview, we had like a 3-minute intro because I had to make sure he was good to go, got his water, all that stuff ready. and then the outro was about 2 minutes because I forgot to turn off the outro. I'm like, no, but it
It's
was
a
actually,
learning curve.
it is learning curve, yes.
Yeah.
Thing is if you're not learning, what's the point? Like
Yeah,
if you're not going to learn
precisely.
anything, what's the point of even trying to do new things? And this is for me a very new thing. I used to be a hardcore introvert. I would not even want to do this. Would not even want to show my face because it's like, it's not in my book. I'm not the kind of guy who's willing to go out there and go, yes, let's be funny. It's not me. Then I find someone like you, and like I said, you inspire me to want to do the weird stuff, do the voices, do the constant smiling, all that sort of thing. I want to be able to keep doing that because that's who I am inside. I have all this energy pumped up. So again, for my channel and also my community, we all thank you for being part of this, community and an inspiration to this channel. So
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. But yeah, Twitch has been a fantastic way for a lot of people to feel comfortable in their own space to be able to
and their own skin.
express themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. There's a lot of self-professed introverts who I've met who they've just come to life on Twitch. So it's been very exciting to
Very
see.
true.
So best of luck. I hope yeah,
I hope we
it
continue
gets
to do
better and
this.
better.
Right. Every year is a new story, right? Also every
Oh
day
yeah, yeah.
too.
There's a lesson to take from everything. Yeah.
Yes. Um. So my question specifically to you though is like, what games or what main game do you like to do voices for on your stream?
Okay, um, so yeah, voice acting is a mini passion of mine.
Okay.
It's something that I've been interested in pursuing, but for various reasons, I've been like, should I not? Doing certain games on Twitch has been a perfect vehicle to practice
Okay.
doing voices and doing voice acting. So a lot of older games, for example, there was no voice acting happening then. Something like
Right.
Chrono Trigger or the early Final Fantasies, but they got this whole wealth of really colorful characters. So it's perfect. It's perfect to play a game like that and just attach a voice to each character and just have fun with it. Visual novel type games, if you know
Yep.
that genre. So that'll be stuff like your Phoenix Wright
Yeah,
or
say Phoenix Ray is one of them.
Danganronpa, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, although some of the more modern ones already have voice acting. If a game has voice acting, usually I let the professionals do it. But
Right.
I like to choose a bunch of games that can allow me to yeah,
Gotcha.
do it.
So kind of like your Zeldas or whatever.
Yeah, precisely.
Gotcha.
At the moment, I'm playing Hollow Knight, and that's been fun to voice act because nobody really has a voice in that game as well.
Yeah.
It's a modern game, but yeah, I can have fun with that.
Which, yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, he gives like two of the voices that you do in Hollow Knight that you enjoy
Oh,
doing.
okay.
That you enjoy doing.
I thoroughly enjoy doing old man voices.
Okay.
So there's the elder in Hollow Knight. I have to think of a sentence to say now, but welcome to Hollow Nest. Wonderful to see you here. Long ago, there were many bugs that used to come down here. They're not seen anymore. Stuff like that.
Dude, that's
Well,
awesome. That is awesome. Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
That's good.
He's great. And then there's another character.
Okay.
I think his name is Quirrell. He kind of looks like a knight, so I decided to make him very posh. So I sound like this. Like, wonderful to see you here, dear boy. I do say, I think there's something that needs to be explored in these caves. So
Dude, that is
that's the
awesome.
voice I've attached.
I
to
like
him.
that. I like that a lot. Okay, cool. Because I would say I jumped in for one of those streams because I'm like, I enjoy this coming to your stream just to get the inspirations to go, okay, so if I can do a twist of that certain voice for this certain game, it'll work. Because it's like, if I can mimic or copy something you are trying to do, and it's I'm not trying to steal your ideas, but if I can try to mimic the idea and then create their own
That's
character, you know.
Oh, for sure. That's where a lot of my inspiration comes from. Like a
Yeah,
lot of the voices that I do are voices that I've just picked up from various things that I've watched over the years. And
right.
when I was young, I was like, that's such a great voice. I wonder if I could do that. And just practicing it. So yeah, that's absolutely. to be
Gotcha.
inspired by the things that you see and hear.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's like for me, it's like before watching people on stream or on YouTube, it was always people like Jim Carrey, other guys, um, Rob Williams, basically
Oh yeah,
a lot of your Looney Tunes.
yes.
Let's see here. There was what's I was thinking about the guy from The Office. What's his name?
Steve Carroll.
Steve Carell. I love
Yeah.
his voice acting from the that one movie, Over the Hedge. Okay, Hammy. I loved him playing
Oh
as
god, I
the
was like, was he in
squirrel.
that? I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
he was happy.
the squirrel. I mean, the squirrel. I'm a white cookie. I love that. You know, it's his high energy, and while watching you doing your streams, it's like the energy you put into the voice acting, as well as it's when you're watching someone like say another I with Mark Hamill, right? When Mark Hamill, you watch him in the background contort his face and his body as the Joker. Then I watch you kind of contort your face and your body doing certain characters. It's kind of fun to watch. I'm going, you have no, you know, you have no pride in this at all. You have no fear to express yourself. And I'm like, I want people to in order to do that without feeling like I'm being watched by 100 people and I'm naked in front of the whole entire crew, you know? I feel like that every day before I do my stream, you know? So,
See, I
you know,
see.
watching you do that, I'm sure it inspires a lot of other small streamers like myself. You're a growing star. You know, if you don't know that, you are a growing star, I believe in my book.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
And so yeah, so you've inspired me and a lot of others, a lot of other streamers I've watched. And I know that Lieutenant Dryfish is enjoying himself when I watch him do his stuff with you. Um, and so do you have anything in the future about games you're looking into or voice acting, or are you just not sure yet?
It's I'm not too sure because, well, actually, no, that's a lie. I am slightly.
Okay,
I love RPGs, but I missed out essentially on the PlayStation 1 era of
okay.
RPGs. I didn't really play a whole lot of PlayStation 1 games at all.
Okay.
And that has a I just didn't. That's got a massive backlog of
Massive
like
backlog, yeah.
some of the best of all time people consider
Yep.
games. So your Final Fantasy 8, 9, Tactics, uh, what's it called? Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
A lot of cool games that, yeah, that I could easily do voice acting for. So I'm in a way, I think those would be great to hit.
Right.
There's um, and there's visual novels coming out all the time. Those are fun. Even something as silly as like Dream Daddy, you can have a lot of fun with that because it's so goofy.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
um, yeah, so I'm very interested in exploring that. I like my modern games too, but so I'll mix it up. But yeah,
Modern
oh,
games.
Undertale, that's another one.
Undertale.
That's another one that allow a lot of voice acting that I'm very excited to get to at some point.
Gotcha. I mean, you ever watch people like Game Grumps? They did a lot of sort of thing where they would start doing that. They would start taking voices from Undertale or they did Paper Mario. They did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a mild inspiration. Yeah, because I
Okay.
used to watch Game Grumps way early.
Back in my
uh,
day.
so, well, I mean, it's true. Back when I was in school during the war, yeah, when but just seeing what they got up to and
Right.
how they've approached a lot of the games where they
Yeah.
can do voice acting, it's so funny, and that's yeah, I love that, and that's kind of what I like doing as well.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, because it's Dan has a huge range. Go
Hmm.
high, he can go low. Same with Aaron. Aaron is because Dan has a vocal artist. He's a singer. He has a passion for singing. But then you have Aaron, who's just all
He's a voice
spazzy.
actor.
He's spazzy. You know, he can go any direction he wants. But those two sync so well. I'm going.
Hmm.
That's why they work so well together. I'm going. Where's my sync buddy? You know. So I have like 10 people in my crew. I always just I rely on other voices, different people, different age groups, because different age groups are going to be that either you have the squeaker, you know, or you have the mole man, you know, like the for yourself. And so it's kind
Oh,
of
for
fun
sure.
to find people who have that wide range of variety. So not
Absolutely.
everybody has that, but in your community so far, I have seen a lot of wide range. And so again, your community and yourself has inspired a lot of my content as well as future content. Cause I'm starting to get into retro games myself. I've never played Zelda
No,
before, so I started trying to do voices on there, and
really?
I know
Ah.
I started
No,
on I
that's a
started at
great shout.
PC, so I started on PC games, so it's kind of if that
I
explains
gotcha, gotcha.
things. I never played anything with Nintendo until I was like nice. So yeah, it was always DOS, Windows, Red Alert 2 was one of my favorite games.
Oh, my brother was crazy about Red Alert 2. I just watch him play
Great
it all the time.
soundtrack too. Great soundtrack too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Dude, I love the original Command and Conquer games as well.
those are
That
amazing.
was another one which I used to watch and just like try to practice the voices in that because they all had those like great little dialogue bits.
Yeah, they do. They do,
Uh,
and I love that. You were one of the guys who I enjoy was John Paul, who did Duke Nukem.
oh, John St. John?
Yes, him.
Yeah.
John St. John was one of the first people I ever listening when I was like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, 6 or 7 years old. Hearing that voice the first time, and going, Duke Nukem is like the man of all men. You know, he's
God, this guy is cool.
uh,
He's very time capsule cool though now,
he is.
but
He is.
there is
Yeah.
still something about him that's very like, yeah, that's cool.
Well, it's kind of when you had like your original Duke. Wait, the character never had a voice. And so
Right.
I enjoy seeing people try and do a voice for a certain character and making a fun, nerdy little, I am Doom Guy, just this dumb stuff. But now they add the new stuff where it's like you have the voice of Doom Guy now. I'm like, why did you add a voice to Doom Guy? All things. It had to be, some guttural Wolfenstein character.
Yeah, a lot of characters they sort of live and die by being the silent protagonist, and to
Yeah.
attach a voice to them kind of ruins that identity. So it'll be even though Link has a voice, for example, in Zelda, they actually gave him full-on voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. But if they actually gave him a voice, no, maybe not.
Well,
might
it's like the
might
one
not
that
be
I,
as
I
good.
enjoy doing because I used to do D&D stuff for my friends. It was always trying to find that little fairy in D&D, and she would have all the little trinkets for you guys to see on your story. But in the background, all you hear is, "Hey, listen,
Yeah.
hey." That's all I would do the entire time for like 5 minutes. And they're going, "Okay, well, go to the store. What do you
The
want?"
fairy has to die.
The
Yeah.
fairy has to die. And they would slay her every
Roll
story
for
mode,
crit.
but
Yeah.
but it's kind of funny because for me it's like I did acting. I think I mentioned to you before. I did acting at a haunted house for 4 years, and
That's
so
right. Yeah,
that
yeah,
got
yeah.
me started on trying to do new voices. I would watch stuff like Beetlejuice, the Animaniacs, uh, uh, trying to understand the emotions of like people like Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. So a lot of it
Oh,
came into like looking at the body as well as looking into the voice and seeing like say for instance uh Batman, the original Batman, and then watching Beetlejuice, and you actually can see Mel Keaton. Yeah, Mel Keaton. His face and his body changed from because Beetlejuice was one of his first movies he did, and then you see how he acted in Beetlejuice. There's a little bit of an insanity when he played Batman. He played a little bit of a crazy side, and I'm going, wait, that's Beetlejuice. The voice came out, the face came out, and I'm like, he played that so well.
yeah. Michael Keaton. I mean, originally he was a comedy actor.
Really.
Before he landed the role as Batman. When he got the role as Batman, people freaked out. They were like, "No, he could never be Batman. He's a funny man. He can't be the greatest detective in the world." And then
Gotcha.
like he crushed it. So
Right. Like
you
Jim
know,
Carrey in case
there you go.
Carrey in what number I don't know what it was called.
Oh,
Yeah,
Batman Forever with Jim Carrey.
but yeah. So
he
I mean,
was crazy in that.
so I mean, the thing is we both have our inspirations, which is pretty cool to see here. And then, do you? I mean, what is your goal currently? Do you have one?
Hmm, it's a little hard to define because I think a lot of people's plans got torpedoed again because of what's going on
Right,
lately. So we're all sort of in this the limbo between actually pursuing fully what we were intending and sort of
right,
pursuing what we're doing now.
right.
um, originally was very interested in exploring acting, being in front of a camera and doing like film or something.
Okay.
Uh, but from the limited experience I had, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for it. There's something about having a camera on you that is very jarring.
Gotcha.
And not like a camera like this, but like a camera crew, like people, uh, with all their giant lenses and stuff. I don't know, but it puts a tenseness into me.
Hmm.
So I'm not so sure about that. But something I really do want to pursue, which could lead into that later down the line, is voice acting.
Okay.
And that was something I was trying to explore before this all happened, and something I'm still trying to explore at the moment.
Okay.
I have done a couple of professional voice acting gigs, but they were for hotels and um, like charity NGO type videos, like the
Gotcha.
UN Habitat or UNICEF or something. And I just speak
Do your
very
announcements.
authoritatively but
Right.
gently about very serious subjects, or like, come to this hotel, we're waiting for you, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I got paid for that, and that was cool. So
This
that's like a
is the
foot in the
safety of
door
a
kind of
gun.
thing.
This is the safety pin. Do not pull it
Yeah.
out.
I mean, yeah, the people need to be told.
Right. But I mean, the thing is, it's funny you mentioned that because actually one thing I was thinking about that was you have the voice of an announcer for like say Quake Arena or like you could do the guy from Halo, just the
Oh, the Halo
quad
guy.
kill. It's
Those are always fun. Yeah.
but I mean, and the thing it's pretty cool that you have some of a history with the voice acting already. You know what they're gonna be expecting already, so you're going, I can do more. Just give me a chance.
Maybe.
I mean,
I have a bit of there's a lot of trepidation because I haven't gone like fully immersed into it. When
right.
I've watched interviews with a lot of professional voice actors, and a
Okay.
lot of them are like, get voice coaching. A lot of them just say like, get voice coaching. Some of them say it might not work out for you,
Right.
And like maybe they're just saying that because there's so many people who aspire to do it
Yeah.
that maybe won't be able to. I have no idea if I won't be able to, but I still very much aspire. And maybe it is a case of that I should get the coaching first, or maybe I should just go in first to see how they like see me at this level, and then
Okay.
what I can do from there. So
Cool.
when things open up a bit more, I'll find out.
Right. What
Yeah.
days do you normally stream there, boss?
Oh, I stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Those are my set in stone days, and then maybe a random day in between, which I'll normally announce in my Discord or something.
Okay, you're in
Uh,
what time?
but oh yeah, but because I stream in the evening
Okay.
my time, uh, so that would be around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning for the US, or midday to early afternoon for Europe and the UK, that kind of. So
You're
that's
basically
normally
you're
around
getting
the
the
time
whole
I stream.
entire world when you stream it then.
That's the plan.
That's the whole idea.
Get a little bit of everyone. Yeah.
All right, so you do mostly so like around like say 8 or not 8 p.m. Like say 6 p.m. your time.
It's more like 8 p.m. to be
8
honest,
p.m. Okay, so
because
some
work is
like
always.
this right here then. Okay.
Yeah, so actually like the time now. Yeah.
So around like 9 a.m. our for is okay.
Yeah.
9 a.m.
9
and
a.m., 10 a.m.
Central.
EST.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of funny because we were actually looking at the algorithm isn't the word, but it's like the map of I've received in my viewership
Oh yeah.
on a global scale about a couple months ago. Zeepster, he's one of my moderators and IT guys, he said, "Oh yeah, just check it out here." So I went on there, and it was kind of funny how almost a quarter of my views are from the UK and Asia.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm like,
Huh.
who watches me at this time of the morning? I'm like, oh wait, yeah. So that makes sense because
Well, yeah, there
no
you
one else
go.
is
There's
streaming in
it's much later
Thailand,
in
you
the
know.
day for everyone there.
Yeah, not many people are streaming in Thailand at this time of the day. Everybody's either going to bed or getting ready for work, or in Asia areas. I think it's pretty
Right.
cool. It's one of the coolest things ever was I have had I was at my old place. I would have a globe, and I was trying to show my dad where I was being, and I hit almost continent. I finally got I got two people in the same week, Africa. I'm like, we hit the whole entire globe.
Whoa.
And I'm like, it's so
There you
cool,
go.
But yeah, that
That
was a
is wild.
fun little trivia I had with my dad. I'm like, guess what were you in today? And he's like, who we talked to today? Some guy in Asia. Don't know where, but some guy in Asia. I think it's the same day I met you and Lieutenant Dryingfish. You guys were playing. I think it wasn't Phoenix Wright, but it was something else before that, and it was just a random funny game. And I'm like, that's not from the game voice, is it? And so I asked who it was. He's like, oh, yeah, my boy Decoy. I'm like, no way, that's so cool. So I think I started following you then. I've been following you for a
Ah.
while. Then I kind of lost track of you for a little because I actually forget your name, to be honest. I'm like,
Oh, really?
who's that voice? That's
That's
his
no
name.
that's no worries. That's no worries.
Because I mean, you probably have the same problem that I do, where it's like you get so many people who kind of watch, and your list goes
Hmm.
above, say, 100. Oh boy, what is that one person I'm supposed to be watching for now? It's like,
Yeah. Every now and again, I try and curate my follow list. As
yeah.
I'll just go through and be like, okay, I know this person. Who's this person? I'll click in and I'll check out a few. It's like, oh, okay, okay,
Yep. Now I know
just
why
to
I
make
follow
sure
you.
that
You
yeah,
guys
just to
know.
make sure that I'm on top of everybody who who
Yep.
pops up in my feed.
So, oh, what was the other question I had for you? I had like one more question that was kind of important.
No worries.
I was trying to think. It was not about theology. About oh, so the biggest question people had about someone
Hmm.
who had say the skills you have, right?
Okay.
Do you ever feel like if you were to possibly have to change career paths, would
Hmm.
that affect you and how?
In terms of leaving the
Like,
work that I have now to pursue voice acting,
correct,
or
correct. Like if you were to change from, they say if everything got shut down, right? All you had then was
hmm,
stream, right? All you had was
okay,
the stream. How you're gonna make your income?
sure.
What would you be? What was your main pursuit? Acting, or would it be trying to become better at what you're?
Hmm. It's interesting. A lot of, I think, human growth, but also the areas that you explore in your life and that you become passionate about. I think everything should keep evolving, keep growing, and keep changing. So I don't think I would marry myself to
Okay.
something too strongly. I would love to explore other avenues and keep my options open. And yeah, because there's a lot of things that we as people will be really excited and super passionate about that we may never realize because we never connect with it. Like we'll never encounter it in our lives. But if we keep an open mind and we are always open to experiences, then maybe we're going to find something that's going to absolutely like spark our a passion in us. It happens all the time. Like there's certain games I've never played before,
Right.
wasn't interested, and then through some sort of trick of fate, I was like, all right, I'll try it, and then I ended up falling in love. It happens, and that goes for that. That has constantly happened throughout my life. So I think if I can apply that same thing to everything that I do, like the work I do or the streams I'm trying, yeah, I think it'll be very interesting.
Cool.
That being
Awesome.
said, I love it. I love video games, and there's so many of those. So that's a great. I can
Right.
just bleed that well dry first.
Gotcha.
That's okay.
No, I honestly I have no problem with people talking about video games a lot because again I collect video games. I have a huge passion for games. Then I kind of but then I got into video games when I was like 4 years old, and I started playing my first DOS games when I was 5 years old. I was able to actually run MS DOS, run the computer, run the programs and everything, and I caught on quick. So when gaming is your passion, the other things around you are kind of like the fill in the blanks. How can I keep gaming? Make money. Okay, so how can I make money? Find a job. What kind of job do I want? Is it either gaming related or is it just So it's kind of fun to hear people's passions like yourself. You're saying in games. You're right, and me, I'm trying to expand the horizons of the world by talking to other gamers. Hey, what games inspired you to grow as a person? And so, my last question to you though is, what is your favorite video?
That's such a tough one. That's so hard.
I mean, is it like
Um,
or let's just go with like favorite series.
oof, that's also tough.
Oh,
I would say, well, no, no, it's okay. I think a big one for me, because it was such a big influence on my childhood, I suppose, would be Kingdom Hearts.
really?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, really.
What?
I was mad about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I love those games. I was all about the lore that was shaping. I was all about the characters. I loved Disney at the time, all the
Okay.
Disney movies. I was blending together these two worlds I never thought would intersect. So yeah, that series eventually lost me down the line. And
Really?
on replaying it now, I don't think certain bits of the gameplay hold up that
Okay.
well at all. But I still love that series dearly. I think there's still a lot to love there. Um, and I'm happy to go back to it. I'm happy to have that as one of my favorites. Yeah.
Very cool. Very very cool. All right, I think that will be about it. Again, I really really appreciate you being part of the interview.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we finally got time to do this. It took us what, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, oh my god, when is this gonna work?
But
Again, a lot
yeah,
of it was time difference.
so basically you're like 12 hours away from me then, basically in a sense, or 12 hours difference right now, right? Because it's 10 p.m. right
To
now.
it's just gone 9 p.m. So
Oh, so
not too
you're
bad.
just 11 hours behind. All right, or
Yeah,
ahead.
11.
11 hours ahead because I'm 11 hours
Ahead.
behind. Yes, because we're American. Okay.
What do they say? The West is ahead of everybody in everything except time.
Yep.
Is a way of thinking about it.
Correct. All right, so I'm going to figure out how to exit out of the screen here. There we go. Yes. All right, so there is that, guys. Again, DecoyManta. Again, you're an awesome, awesome streamer. I appreciate you dropping in and being an awesome part of this interview. Yes, I look forward to hopefully seeing you again and progressing in our communities as well.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for having me on. Best of luck with your streams. I hope everything that you're planning to explore and all the inspirations that you're getting can lead to something pretty amazing down the line.
Appreciate it, boss.
So, yeah, all the
Uh,
best.
all right, have a good one, guys.